Hey there, Adam Chandler here, coming at you from my home office in Denver, Colorado, and this video is all about how I'm planning my home business success for the new year. I'm just really excited to share this stuff with you because this is the juice. If you really want to create substantial breakthrough results in your business in the new year, this video is going to be pure gold for you. One of the reasons why is because number one, I've been a successful, full-time entrepreneur and home business owner, online marketer for the past 7 years now. I've created some substantial, calendar years of, just record growth in my business, much of which I attribute to what I've done, in December to plan for, results in the new year. But also, I've been going through this brand new program called The Time of Your Life by Anthony Robbins. I thought it was a time management program when I got it, but it's actually about really creating clarity and focus for what is really important to you that will drive you through the inevitable challenges and obstacles. Because if you have big goals, if you're playing full out, there's going to be challenges, there's going to be obstacles, and what I'm going to share with you in this video is going to be the juice that's going to allow you to drive through those challenges so that you can create the results that you want. And not only in business, but in really any other area of your life as well. So let's get right into it. A big question, and you guys, questions are the answer. If you want bigger results in business or in life, start asking yourself bigger questions. Here's a really good example of a big question to ask yourself: am I making unreasonable requests of myself and taking unreasonable actions? So if there's something that's going to stop you from getting results in the new year or in any area of your life, it's going to be your own excuses, right? So what is an excuse? An excuse is a reason why we can't do something or are not doing something. So I can't do it because I don't have the time, or I don't have the money, I don't have the resources, right? Those are excuses. So what is an excuse? An excuse is a reason. So if we want to get bigger results, we've got to become unreasonable. We've got to make more unreasonable requests of ourselves, and we've got to start making taking unreasonable actions. So I'm going to ask you that to make some unreasonable requests, through this video and what I'm going to share with you, because some of this stuff if you want to do it the way that I'm gonna share it and the way that I'm doing it, you're gonna have to make some unreasonable requests of yourself. Okay, but that's how you're gonna get serious results. If you're not willing to make unreasonable requests, you're going to continue to attract the same mediocre table scrap results that 99% of people are going to get anyway. If you want to continue on that path, that most people are on, then you've probably already stopped watching the video, right? But if you're one of those people that's out for big things and that's willing to make some unreasonable requests of yourself, then you're probably still watching the video. So let's go ahead and move on. And I just want to say too, I've got a lot of content in these slides, so I'm gonna just go ahead and disappear this video, but I did want to connect with you, over the video screen. So just gonna say goodbye, for the video section, the screen capture section of this. Okay, cool. Moving on. There's 4 areas of focus. Now, my last video that I made, I identified 4 areas of focus for home business owners, right? And this can go for lots of other, business owners as well. 4 areas that require consistent focus, and just like 4 legs of a table, if one of them is out of whack, then the table lacks integrity and it's going to fall down, right? So just your business, if one of these areas are lacking, then you're not gonna get the results that you want. You could have all 3 of them totally dialed in, but if one area is not dialed in, then you're gonna have a hard time. So number 1, personal and professional development. I'm not gonna go into all these areas because I did that in my last video. That you can see on my blog at meetadamchandler.com or on YouTube, whatever, right? So go and watch this if you want a more detailed description of these videos. But the videos are personal and professional development, lead generation and list building, sales funnel conversions, and brand enhancement and expansion. So the RPM system, and this is what I've been getting from that Anthony Robbins program, it's called The Time of Your Life, the RPM system. The R stands for result. What is the outcome that you want? Okay, what is the specific result that you want for this area of your business or for this area of your life? Then the purpose. Why do you want it? It's really important that you get very clear on what you want and why you want it. It's not enough to say, I just want more money. Okay, that's not good enough. You've got to get much more clear on what it is that not only how much money, if the goal is money, then not only how much money you want, but why you want it. Money is just dirty paper, right? Money is like what, it's not the money that we want. It's the result. That's the choices and the freedom and the peace of mind that more money can give you, right? So not get clear on what it is that you want, why you want it, and then you can create the plan. So it's really important that you don't create a plan unless you get really clear on what the outcome is first, and then the purpose of why you want it. I've heard that Anthony Robbins, speaking of Anthony Robbins, I heard that he's done at some of his live events, he's had women come up on stage with him that have gone through some of his programs and coaching that have lost like 100 pounds, obese women that have lost substantial amounts of weight, right? And they would come up and they would talk about it, and they would say, yeah, I feel so good, and da 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 da. And then then other women in the audience would ask him, what diet did they do? Did they do the Atkins diet or the South Beach diet or whatever, right? And he's like, oh, I didn't have anything to do with that. He had nothing to do with the mechanics and the how-to. The only thing that he influenced was he got them very clear on what it is that they wanted and why they want it. It's basically tapping into your own potential, your own mind, and the power that exists within you to create once you get really clear on what it is that you want and why you want it. Does that make sense? Because if you want to get through challenges and inevitable hurdles and obstacles, you've got to get really, really clear on what you want and why you want it. Otherwise, you will self-sabotage. Other things will come into your life that will be more urgent, that will be more important, that will take precedent because you are not clear on what it is that you want and why you want it. Make sense? All right, moving on. So, creating clarity before you create a plan. This is the 6, or I'm not sure if it's 6 or 7 different steps, and I actually did this for 7 different areas of my business, as well as 7 different areas of my personal life. And I'm just asking you to do this just for these 4 areas of your business. Okay, so your ultimate vision for the specified area, and I'm going to give you an example of this that I've actually done in just a minute. So you get your ultimate vision, your ultimate purpose, right? So the ultimate vision for the specified area, right? It could be an area of your business, it could be an area of your personal life, and then the ultimate purpose. Why is it important? Why is this area important to you? So I'm going to give you an example in a minute of lead generation and list building. So why is lead generation and list building important to you? And I'll go into that in just a minute, why it's important to me. And then roles. How do you see yourself in this area? And this is something that I've been getting from Anthony Robbins and from this program of him, by him, is it's really important to look at how you see yourself in this specific area. I see people all the time in home business that they've been in it for years and they still call themselves a newbie. Are you going to be more likely to take actions that are going to get you substantial results if you see yourself as a newbie, or if you see yourself as a top producer? You're going to be much more likely to take the actions that you need to take if you see yourself as a producer, and you're going to be much more likely to not take the actions if you see yourself as just a poor little newbie, right? People do that all the time. Look, are you going to be more likely to get back up on your feet if you see yourself as someone who's temporarily out of a home, or if you see yourself as a homeless person? Right? If you just accept the fact that I'm a homeless person, I don't have a home, that's it, right? Or are you going to be more likely to take actions that are going to get you back into normal functioning society, right? If you just see yourself as someone who's temporarily out of a home. So just think about the roles that you play and how you can redefine your role in this specific area. Language, you guys, is so incredibly powerful. This stuff, I'm going to share with you some examples of this in just a moment. And then 3 to thrive. This is something, again, I've taken directly from this course. What are 3 subcategories of this specific area that require consistent focus? Okay, again, I'll give you an example in just a minute. Resources. What do you have access to that can help you in this specific area? So if the area is, physical fitness, then maybe your membership to Core Power Yoga, right? Or maybe you have a mentor or somebody in your life who has substantial results in this area that you can talk to. Those would be 2 examples of resources that you would have to improve your physical fitness. And I'll give you a business example again in just a minute. And then what's your 90-day goal? What are your 90-day goals for this specific area, and then your 1-year goal? What's your 1-year goal for this specific area? Once we have all these questions answered, then we can create the plan. And not before. You guys remember in the beginning of this video I told you you're going to have to get unreasonable. You're going to have to make unreasonable requests if you want to do this. And I'm telling you, when I was told that, like, all this stuff, like, okay, do this, and this, get clear on your vision, clear on your purpose, clear on your roles, your resources, your 90-day goal, I immediately defaulted to I don't have time. Right? There's an excuse right there, right? I don't have time. And then I had to kind of check myself, right? And you probably will have to do this too. I had to kind of check myself and say, wait a minute, I don't have time for what? I don't have time to plan my life and my success and my joy and fulfillment. I don't have time, so I'm just going to keep doing the same old stuff and just cross my fingers that things are going to get better. No, it doesn't work like that. So let me show you this example when it comes to lead generation and list building. Remember, that was one of the 4 important fundamental areas of building a successful leveraged online or home-based business. One of the really important ones was what I call filling the pipeline, your lead generation and your list building. So this is what I created for my ultimate vision for this area. I consistently generate between 50 and 100 leads per day through my own advertising and marketing efforts. I have multiple streams of steady, consistent leads, most of which are producing results on complete autopilot. I set an example for others to follow for list building and lead generation. So there's my ultimate vision that I created for this important area of my business, lead generation and list building. Because in my business, in online business and home-based business, without a list you have nothing, right? And I get into that when I talk about my ultimate purpose. So here's the next step. Here's my ultimate purpose for my lead generation and list building. Because lead generation and list building is the lifeblood of my business. The better I get at this vital skill, the more successful I will be, and the better example I will set for others. It is completely in line with my mission of helping open people's eyes to new possibilities that exist for themselves and their lives and their businesses in the digital age. So there's my why. There's why there's why this is an area of consistent focus, right? So the fact that I'm clear on this, you guys, do you think that's going to help me to push through the inevitable challenges and hurdles that I'm going to face in my drive to 50 to 100 leads per day, right? You guys, getting to the point where you're getting 50 to 100 leads a day, you realize that's like the top 1% of internet marketers in the world, right? It's probably one of the hardest things that you could ever do. If that's your goal, right? It's probably going to be one of the hardest things that you ever do in your entire life. But the rewards that will come on the other side of it with freedom and money and choices and all this stuff are so incredibly worth it. But if I don't get clear on what it's going to bring me, right? The leverage, the freedom, the automation, I could probably go a lot deeper into this. In fact, I think I probably will go a lot deeper into, well, what's going to happen when I get, 100 leads a day coming into my business on autopilot? I'd probably get between 3 to 5 new customers every single day without even doing anything because I've got other areas that I'm focused on, which is turning those new leads into new customers, right? Excuse me. The next area of this is roles, right? So what are my roles? Again, right? Am I going to be more likely to get back up on my feet if I see myself as someone who is temporarily out of a home, or if I see myself as a homeless person, right? Am I going to be more likely to focus on, getting some leads, right? Am I going to, how come I don't have any leads, right? I guess I'm just not good at this whole lead generation thing. Or if I see myself as someone who sucks at lead generation, am I going to be more or less likely to do the actions that are required for me to build my list and generate more leads? Or am I going to be more likely if I see myself as a list builder extraordinaire? All right, if I see myself as a lead generation machine. That's what I am. I am a lead generation machine, you guys. I've generated tens of thousands of leads. I am in the top 1% because I've done this stuff. This has been a very important area of focus for me. And I'm an easyologist. Okay, I realize that building a business requires lots of people in the pipeline, right? And the more people I get into the pipeline, the more leads I get, the more people that I have coming onto the list, the easier it's going to be for me to create financial results in my business, which makes it so much easier. That's why I am an easyologist. I see myself as an easyologist, a master in the art of ease. Right? Now, if you saw yourself as a lead generation machine, right, are you going to be more likely to take the actions than if you see yourself as a newbie, right? Excuse me, I'm going to grab a glass of water real quick. Okay, moving on. 3 to thrive, 3 subsections of this area that require consistent focus. I've broken even the lead generation and list building. I've broken it down to paid marketing, which is an area of focus because paid marketing is more leverage, right? Facebook ads, solo ads, etc. Social media, I'm doing a lot of really cool lead generation stuff on Twitter and Instagram. So that is a consistent area of focus within the category of lead generation and list building. And then the last one that's very important is content marketing. My blog, and making sure that my blog and my content is optimized for both search engine optimization for the search engines, as well as social sharing optimization. Because if I'm going to be sharing content on social media, right, I need to make sure that content can be easily shared throughout social media. So my blog, search engine optimization, and social sharing optimization, or social media optimization. And then resources. What are some resources that I have access to that can help me get the results that I'm looking for, right? That can help me to achieve the ultimate vision for this specific area. My Lead System Pro, my online marketing and lead generation system, it's got capture pages that will actually provide the technical infrastructure for capturing the leads, as well as training on how to get more people into the pipeline, right? My ebooks and video series, these are things that I give away as lead magnets, as hooks to get people onto my list. Right, so that's that's a resource for me, right? Traffic Academy. This is an info product that I paid $1,000. I paid $1,000 for this Traffic Academy information product, where a guy who's made $10 million on the internet talks about how he gets traffic. Is that a resource? Of course it is. My social media audience. It's a big resource. My audience that I've worked to grow on social media. There's lots of those people that are not in my pipeline yet. They're not on my list yet. I want, that's a resource that I have, right? And then my JV partners, so my joint venture partners, because I have, a big part of my own lead generation at this specific stage that I'm at in my business has been about, having other people promote my stuff. Right, so that may not be an area for you if you're, newer in business. But for me, it's a resource that I have that I need to cultivate, and it's also a resource that I didn't even realize until I started writing this stuff down. I didn't even really consider that. I did not consider my JV. That's why it's really important to get this stuff out of your head and to put it down on paper or on, something like Evernote, which is how I have it. And then the last ones, the 90-day goal and then the 1-year goal. And I've got areas of my business where I have 3 or 4 different 90-day goals, 4 or 5 different 1-year goals. But for this one, just to keep it simple and just for the sake of time in this video, I've just got one, really simple for each. The 90-day goal, 50 plus leads per day coming into my sales funnels on complete autopilot. And then my 1-year goal, 100 plus leads per day coming into my sales funnels on complete autopilot, right? So there's the 90-day and the 1-year goal. And you guys, now that we have that, now we can create a plan for how we're going to get 50 leads per day in the next 90 days, how we're going to get 100 plus leads per day in the next 1 year. Now that we have all that clarity and we've done all that work, now we can take the next step, which is creating the plan, and that's what I'm going to be sharing with you in the next video. So make sure, if you're watching this video on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you're watching it on anywhere else, make sure you're on my list, because I'm going to send these future trainings to my list subscribers. You could do that by getting by visiting my website at meetadamchandler.com. There's going to be lots of other free training on creating success in your business in the new year over there at meetadamchandler.com. And if you really want to make some unreasonable requests of yourself, if you really want to take your success in the new year seriously, I have a live event that's happening in Denver, Colorado, the Mile High City. It's called the Mile High Mastermind. It's a live event and coaching program that is all about how to create transformational results in your business, in your life, in the new year. You can get all the details and lock in your spot at meetadamchandler.com/MHM, which stands for Mile High Mastermind. If you got some cool stuff out of this video, if you see how this is the juice, if you can really see how this stuff can really juice you and get you to creating the results that you want in your business, in your life, in the new year, please leave me a comment. And if you found this valuable and you think other people could find it valuable, share this content with your friends on social media. This has been Adam Chandler. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.